By mastering the walk, you have the ability to truly bond with your dog as her pack leader. The walk is the formation of your relationship. This is a quote on CaesarsWay.com by Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer. This quote is more than just its literal meaning. An owner must learn to walk with their dog not only as the pack leader in a public setting, but also as a pack leader in every aspect of their relationship. Yes, a dog is a family member and should be treated as such, but it is important that you assert your dominance from the beginning. This is usually shown in early steps of the dog training. This must be shown early on so that the dog can understand that you are in charge. It is very important because if you don't, the dog will assume control, and a dog in control is an unruly one. They will bark uncontrollably, they will become more protective, extremely protective over the family, and they will not listen to any orders that anyone will try to give them. Why should they? They are in charge, so, you gotta maintain your dominance. Upon receiving our first dog, Nilly, we had to take her to a veterinary doctor for an evaluation, just in case. The veterinary doctor, Glenn Ritter, answered all of our questions. We had a ton of questions. This was our first dog on our own, and so we had a lot of questions to ask him. Dr. Glenn Ritter said, "It is very important to assert yourself as the pack leader. Dogs are naturally pack animals. So, if you assert yourself as the pack leader, Nilly will see that you are in charge and be more willing to learn what you teach her." We were excited when we arrived home with our new dog to start this new chapter in our lives, not knowing what we were getting ourselves into. We found that becoming a pack leader was a lot harder than we expected. But as frustrated as we were, we stuck with the doctor's orders. You must be strong and stay in charge. Everything comes into play. Tone of voice, body language, and even physical emotions. I'm going to give you all a few steps when it comes to raising your own puppy. First, you must assume leadership of your dog. Show your dog that you are in charge and that you are the leader from the beginning. Dr. Ritter said, when you take Nilly for a walk, keep her by your side. Keep the leash short and make sure she doesn't walk ahead. Her leading will make her think that she is in charge. Nilly from time to time will try to assert her leadership and move ahead of us, but for the most part this worked out really well. Whenever we go for walks, if we stop, she'll stop and take a seat and look at us patiently until we move on, and she'll get up and walk along with us. Second, you must maintain good body language. In his book, Be the Pack Leader by Cesar Millan, Millan says, body language, no matter what species is displaying it, is the secret language of Mother Nature. Your body language expresses your inner emotions as well as your outer emotions. So if you don't feel dominant on the inside, then your dog will see that, and he or she will not take you seriously as a dominant leader. Next, you must remain consistent. Consistency is very important. It's one of the most important things when you are training a dog. The moment my husband and I stopped teaching our dog, she would forget what she was doing. Like humans, they need practice. Animals will not just practice anything on their own. They won't practice a trick, and they won't practice staying by your side by themselves. They need you to help them. You need to stay consistent and teach them constantly, over and over again, and eventually they'll catch on to what you want them to do. Leaving our second dog, Latte, for 5 days while my husband and I were away, we left her with a friend. When we came back, we found that we had to reteach her a lot of the things that we already had. Our friend did not know our methods fully. She vaguely knew them, and my husband and I weren't consistent in that aspect. We didn't really teach her, so she wasn't teaching our dog the way that we did. TheDoggyDaily.com says, being consistent in what you do and the rules that you set around your house is extremely important and is crucial to the learning part. A Puppyhood Do's and Don'ts packet that was received to us by Dr. Ritter said, consistency is extremely important. Puppies learn by repetition. Consistency makes practice, and practice makes perfect. And finally, Patience truly is a virtue. Raising a puppy is extremely frustrating, especially when you already have a dog at home that is well trained and well behaved. You get used to the lack of constant attention on everything the dog does, and you try to force that on the new puppy. Getting back into the swing of things when we got our second dog was extremely tough, but we had to stay patient. DoggyDaily.com says, when teaching behaviors, it is crucial to be patient. Rome was not built in a day, so you shouldn't force your dog. So you shouldn't push your dog further than what are capable of doing until you have taught them that behavior correctly and they are consistently giving it to you. Patience. One of the hardest things to come by today with all of our technology and our on-the-go atmosphere, but it is important to pause your hectic lives and give your dogs the patience, consistency, and leadership that he or she deserves. Thank you.